Keep it rolling. This radical faction is sabotaging the Palestinian Democratic Coalition's quest for peace in the Middle East.
So what did he used to call what you did before? You're a combat photojournalist?
Uh-huh.
How could you do that every day?
I don't know.
It's gruesome.
Well, not all of it. War has a funny way of bringing out the best in some people.
Yeah, but still all tragedy.
Well, it's what's happening. It's the news.
I never watch the news.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's right. Miss Wells.
Mr. Donovan. Even with these former ties, you still insist that you never actually met the man who is known as Abu Nayef?
Contrary to popular opinion, not all Arabs know each other.
Nikki, I think you're a little too personally involved in this story. Let it go, huh?
If you were hanging by your thumbs, you'd say you were fine.
I am fine.
You don't have to be, you know. You're allowed pain. You're allowed that, to have feelings.
Is that what happened to you when you quit shooting news? You suddenly got human?
My name is Charles Devereaux. Do you believe in serendipity?
That's a hell of an opening line. How long has your family lived here?
Ever since the 17th century. It's been passed down through each generation. Someday I hope it will belong to our children.
There's no question in my mind. I want you to be my wife.
Do you like my dress?
Did anybody ever not like that dress?
You're the one playing hard to get. So someone has to make a move.
The reason you sent me away was so that you could pull back on the story. Is that what's going on here? I mean, is the White House giving you flack? Is that why Morgan is in, so he can put a different spin on it?
You can see it in her face. She's like a song you have to listen to over and over to finally understand what the lyrics are about.
What's the matter?
Oh, God, sometimes I just can't help thinking about Charles. Before our wedding. We'd been waiting all night for Charles to come back from his sailing trip. He didn't show up for dinner. And then he didn't show up later. I went back to my room to try and get some sleep. The next morning was supposed to be the beginning of our life together. The next morning, they found his boat on the rocks. What are you talking about? Who told you?
You are going to tell us exactly what we want to know, otherwise this is going to get ugly. Come on, get in. Get in.
You all right?
Sorry, but I've got to leave.
What do you mean, where?
I have to go back to New York. I've got to get back into this.
Wait a second. I thought they took you off this story.
Not anymore. Abu Nayef is mine.
The bomb exploded in front of the site of next week's Middle East Peace Conference, killing at least 7 people. Authorities said that 5 separate callers have each claimed responsibility for the terrorist attack. This exclusive ATM footage was shot by a tourist moments after the explosion. This is the 3rd such bomb since the beginning of the year. Why Barcelona has become a target remains a source of speculation and frustration to local authorities. For ATN News, this is Walter Miller in Barcelona.
It's Charles. This is
isn't Charles.
Well, I know he looks a little bit different.
I agree with them.
Well, forget about the mustache and the beard.
This person resembles Charles. It isn't Charles.
And I know his eyes.
Are you suggesting that Charles faked his death? He was about to marry you.
Look at the pictures again. Just study
Why
them.
are you stirring all this up again? Why do you want to hurt Anne?
Mickey, I know you. You'd do anything for a story. Probably already have.
Wake up. It's morning. It's a new day. Do you really think you can't resist me?
As stupid as this may sound, that reporter and I, we don't actually have a relationship at the present moment.
Then what's the problem?
I think I'm in love with her.
I can only imagine what's been going through your mind. And I'm going to answer your questions. Not all of them, because I can't. I loved you. I loved you more than I ever loved anyone in my life.
How can you say you love me? After everything you've done to me, how can you possibly say you loved me?
Nikki, I had to leave. It wasn't my decision.
Well, whose decision was it then?
MI5.
MI5?
I work for British intelligence. Maybe one day when I finish what I'm doing...
Don't say that. Don't do that to me.
Yes. You've got to go on with your life.
What are you doing here?
One of the photos I got just after that Arab was shot, you can see the killer. A woman driving away, and in one of the pictures I took when we were at the windmills, the same car's in the background.
I have to go to England and tell Anne I was wrong about Charles, but then I'm coming straight back to you.
Charles is a very dangerous man.
Lee!
Do you know Abu Niyaf's identity?
No, I just told you that. Believe me, if I did, you'd have seen it on television.
What the hell's going on?
I told you everything.
You're lying to me.
Look, Cleve, I finally let go of Charles. That's it. That's the
That's
end.
not
That's all
it.
there
There's
is.
something else. I know it. You know I know it.
In Barcelona, I told you to stay out of it, but you wouldn't do it.
We think Charles was involved with a radical terrorist group opposed to the moderate PDC.
How did he ever get involved?
His father.
All right, I believed him. I needed to believe him, I guess. But the fact of the matter is, he not only lied to me, but that guy that broke in here last night and tried to kill me works for him. How can you possibly love anyone when you work for Abu Niyaf?
Nikki. I am Abu Niyaf.
شكرا جزيلا على هذه المعلومات السيد أمجد، ولكن قبل بدء المؤتمر لا بد أن نتحدث.